Dr. Larsen, welcome. You're a hand surgeon, orthopedic surgeon specializing in hands. Our topic today is injuries of the hand when gardening. Tell us maybe in your experience some tips you can give our listeners so they don't hurt their hands when they're out enjoying that gardening time in the yard.
Some of the simplest tips for gardening really include protective wear. And so simple things such as thick leather gloves, long sleeves, long pants to try to prevent those little nicks, cuts, scrapes, puncture wounds from thorns, and even blisters are probably some of the simplest things.
Those little nicks, scrapes, cuts, puncture wounds from thorns can turn into infections sometimes. How would you know if you infected your hand from a puncture?
The simplest thing to do would be just to try to wash a hand with warm soapy water after a puncture wound. But if you notice in the next day or two that you start to develop a little bit of pain, worsening pain, a little redness in the skin that may be spreading around that area, some drainage, those would be early signs of infection and for something for which you would want to seek medical care.
You know, just a couple weeks ago, I went out in the yard and pruned a bunch of trees. The next morning I woke up and my hands were sore, my muscles, my tendons. We probably don't think about stretching before gardening, but it is an activity. It's a repetitive trauma activity.
It is. It is one of those things that it becomes sunny out and you want to get out in the garden and people forget that they haven't been doing it all year long. And it's probably best to ease into these things as we do with most activities. So a couple hours at a time and give yourself a break will help with some of those aches and pains.
Well, Dr. Larsen, thank you for your time. Great information. Be safe out there when you get into the garden. If you want more information regarding hand injuries, you can contact Dr. Larsen at everettclinic.com. That's everettclinic.com.